Arcadian Vanguard presents The Wrestling News in your daily wrestling newscast for Tuesday, May 30th, 2023. Good morning. I'm Mike Sempervive. We begin today with Monday Night Raw, broadcast live last night on the USA Network from the MVP Arena in Albany, New York. In the main event, new WWE World Heavyweight Champion Seth Rollins teamed with AJ Styles to defeat the Judgment Day's Finn Balor and Damian Priest when Rollins pinned Priest. The match had been made earlier in the night when Judgment Day interrupted a promo segment in which Styles was congratulating Rollins for their title match at Night of Champions.
I don't think you deserve anything. You earned the right to be World Heavyweight Champion.
The night saw new WWE Women's Tag Team Champions crowned as Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler emerged victorious in a fatal four-way for the vacant title, besting the teams of Raquel Rodriguez and Shotzi, Bayley and Io Sky, and Sonya Deville and Chelsea Green. The win marks Rousey's first reign as Women's Tag Team Champion and Baszler's third, following two runs with Nia Jax in 2020 and 2021. Both Ricochet and Shinsuke Nakamura qualified for the 2023 Money in the Bank ladder match, winning qualifying matches over The Miz and Bronson Reed, respectively. Money in the Bank is scheduled to be held on July 1st in London, England. In other results, J.D. McDonough battled Dolph Ziggler to a double countout, Imperium defeated Alpha Academy, and Becky Lynch was attacked and double-teamed after confronting Trish Stratus and Stratus's new enforcer Zoe Stark during a promo segment.
This alliance of Trish Stratus and Zoe Stark is going to be trouble, not only for Becky Lynch, but for the whole women's division.
Just so you know, sit her up.
In All Elite Wrestling news, AEW World Champion MJF suffered a forearm injury during his title defense Sunday night at Double or Nothing, according to PW Insider. The injury reportedly happened during a spot in which Darby Allin landed on MJF's arm. The severity of the injury, or if it will cause the champion to miss any time in the ring, was not made known. MJF addressed his injury during the post-Double or Nothing press scrum, in which he also discussed his future as champion and addressed the company's competition directly while seated alongside Tony Khan. We note that the following quote from MJF contains strong language.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure if I called it quits, I've had a Hall of Fame career, which is why, quite frankly, when I say take my ball and go home, earmuffs, Tony, everybody thinks I'm talking about WWE, right? And now, does Nick Khan want me to fucking work in his company? Sure. Does Triple H want me to work in his company? Sure. Calm down. Everything's fine. Or maybe it's not. But I'm kind of bored of this sport, and I'm bored of the lack of respect from professional wrestling fans. So when I say take my ball and go home, I mean literally just hang it up and fuck up the lineage of this title. Because frankly, I don't know if anybody's worthy of beating me for this thing.
And in news from Japan, Atsuki Aoyagi regained the All Japan Pro Wrestling World Junior Heavyweight Championship from Naruki Doi yesterday at Day 4 of All Japan Super Power Series at Tokyo's Korakuen Hall. Doi had first won the title from Aoyagi last February. Also on the card, Unified Triple Crown Heavyweight Champion Yuji Nagata successfully defended against T-Hawk, and All Japan World Tag Team title holders Kano and Manabu Soya beat Suwama and Rei Saito. And before we leave you today, we'd like to remind you that however you consume your content, you can find the wrestling news 24 hours a day and 7 days a week across social media. On Twitter, follow us at Wrestling News AV. Our Facebook page is also Wrestling News AV. The Wrestling News can also be found on the Arcadian Vanguard YouTube page. And for those who utilize Amazon Echo devices, just tell Alexa to play the Wrestling News podcast, and remember to make sure you add podcast at the end. Once again, for daily updates, breaking news, and more, follow the Wrestling News across social media. And that's the news for today. If anything happens, we will be here to tell you about it. No clickbait, no paywall, just the Wrestling News. The Wrestling News is a division of Arcadian Vanguard, and the Wrestling Newscast is a production of the Arcadian Vanguard Podcast Network.